Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise. My name is Lucia and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Pearl of the Pacific. And you can find the podcast on YouTube or on my website, which is pearlofthepacific.info. And you can find us also on the Ravelry group, which is Knitted Paradise Podcast. Well, welcome everybody. Today is Sunday, November 23rd, and this is episode 50. Not sure what I'm titling it yet, but here it is. I've got a small window of time, so this is going to be kind of a short one, kind of like last week. But hopefully things will go well. All right, so below the conch shell, it's pretty much the same things as it has been the last couple weeks. Post pictures of your swap package if you haven't, or projects that you're working on with said swap package. That would be really fun. And also we have the sweater knit along going along for Save the Children. I've actually started on my sweater garland, so you'll see that in a little bit. And yeah, let's jump right into some knitting. The only thing that's really gotten a ton of work, besides the things that are finished, is my Grant Park Pullover, which is by Salena Lee. And I'm doing it out of Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Darkest Hour colorway. And this is Dramaturg, so it's their DK base. And this has gotten a bit of progress, as you can see. It is black. It's kind of hard to see, but there's some diamonds on the front. So you're going to kind of show those. There are some diamonds on the front. And then the back is ribbing. 3x1 ribbing. And then the hem is ribbing, obviously. So I've just joined the second skein. And I am just knitting like crazy on this. So that's that. It's pretty simple, and it's a guy's sweater. It's for my husband, so I don't have to worry about waist shaping at all. I just kind of knit all the way up till I get to here and then do some stuff. I haven't figured that part out yet. I just know I knit till here. So I just keep trying it on him periodically. I'm like, okay, I mean, obviously I'm nowhere close, but it's the right size, so that's good. And yeah, so that's coming along. And that's it. Oh, no. Haha. As I said earlier, I cast on for my sweater from the sweater garland. The Save the Children one. Hold on, let me get this out. So this is the sweater garland that I was talking about. And it's just these wee little sweaters that are more decorations than anything else. And so they're great for scraps that you have lying around, which is, we all have them, we know. We just may be in denial that we have so many scraps, but we all know we have them. So this is a great place to use them. And I'm doing the striped sweater. All of the designs are by Pat Olski. Ooh, hold on, that was my phone. And it's the friend who's giving me a ride to the choir thing. Okay. Sorry, I have a choir performance later this afternoon and she's giving me a ride, and so she had a question. I'll turn that on vibe right now. Alright, so all the designs are by Pat Olski, and I'm doing the striped sweater, which on the front here is this purple one. And it's turning out to be really cute. And this is a free pattern you can get. I think you can get it on Vogue Knitting, and you can also get it at savethechildren.org/sweater. I've also linked it in a bunch of places in the Ravelry group. So it's a free pattern, so I can kind of show you what you do. So the front you cast on, and then you knit, and then you cast off the armhole or the neck hole. Do these two sides, then cast back on and finish. And I think this is the front. So that's the sweater so far. I did this today while waiting for my laundry to wash. So, what's going on here? Let's not do that. Okay. So you do this part flat, and then you, I'm guessing, seam up the sides and then pick up the arms and just kind of do them like that. So it's really simple, really easy. I think the other sweaters are the same construction or similar construction. So, I mean, you could probably do one of these in a day. So, by the way, this counts as part of the sweater knit along. You know, just like this wee little thing. And yeah, there's a lot of ends because it's striping, but I did this out of, I think this is Classic Elite Princess in some dark green color that I've had forever. And some of the leftovers from that mystery yarn that I think is BFL. So I striped those together. I somehow had them, I had picked out a bunch of random worsted weight, really deep stash stuff. And this was in there, and I thought, oh, that kind of matches. So I decided to do the stripes with those. So that'll probably be finished. I mean, that will be finished very quickly. And so then I'll probably do another one of the sweaters out of here for my little garland. I'm missing my garland this week. I didn't have time to put it together. I was like, I have a few minutes. I'm going to record before I have to go to choir. This is the time of year when our choir gets asked to sing a lot of like interfaith Thanksgiving things, and so we have a choir performance like every day, and we have to actually look nice because we have to be seen, whereas most of the time we sing from the second level of the Baha'i House of Worship, and so no one on the floor can see us. They just hear us. They often wonder if it's a recording because you can't see us at all. And so you don't have to always, I mean, you have to look nice, but you don't have to be super presentable because no one's looking at you. Whereas now they're actually looking, so I actually have to try to look halfway decent. Whereas mostly when I don't have to go anywhere on the weekends, I don't do anything with my hair or makeup. So that is my sweater, which is probably going to come with me on my ride up to the choirs. So that's what's on the needles, which is not a whole lot. I'm kind of nearing the end of a batch, so I've kind of been trying to finish things. I wound a bunch of yarn yesterday in preparation to cast on a bunch of things, although I realized that all my bags are taken up by projects that need to be finished, and so I've kind of been trying to focus on finishing things so that I can have free bags to put new projects in. That's the way it goes, right? Either that or I buy more bags, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. So, all right, on to set sail. I finally finished the Summer Fling bag by E50. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that. And this is out of that unknown, I think it's BFL yarn, but I'm not entirely sure. And yeah, so this is the bag part. And then this is the strap that I'm kind of blocking out so that it's a little wide. And I like how it turned out. I picked up, on one side, I picked up stitches all the way around and then bound them off. And on the other side, I did a single crochet. I don't know which one's which. So they look a little different. I think this is the single crochet around the edge. Yeah, this is a single crochet edge, and this is the pick up and then bind off. So I don't know which one I like better. I don't really care that they're different, which is weird because usually I'm super matchy-matchy. But I wanted to try both of them and see what they look like. And so I'm going to see how, and also how they combat the curling that's bound to happen because this is just straight stockinette. So I just finished it this morning, so it's still damp. It's still drying. But that will be a useful little bag to just throw a few things in to go to choir or whatever. You know, often on the weekends I don't feel like taking my whole bag with me just because it's big. And because I take my computer to work now. I think I've talked about this before. So I have a messenger bag that holds my computer, but I don't really feel like taking that everywhere with me because it's kind of big and gets in the way, and I don't feel like transferring everything to my purse all the time. So I just take out the essentials, like, you know, the chapstick and phone and keys, and that's really it. And because my phone case has a wallet in the back of it. So, I mean, it just fits a few cards, like my driver's license and, you know, train card and credit card, and that's pretty much it. So I don't often take my whole wallet with me either. So that bag will be perfect for the little essentials that I need to take. All right, the other thing that I finished is my artichoke, or the artichoke socks. It's gonna stay. I've like precariously propped things up over here. I finished the artichoke socks, and these are by Megan Humphrey, and they're out of Cascade Heritage in what I'm calling Purple People Eater. And I just did the pattern up the front, as you can see. I didn't do it on the back. And I like them. They're not for me, they're for my friend's mom. She ordered them from me as a Christmas present for her mom. So they're done. I don't have to worry about them anymore. Remember last Christmas I was feverishly knitting a huge sock order right before Christmas, and so this time I was like, I'm gonna get these done so that I don't have to worry about them. So they are done, and I finished them, I think, yesterday, woven all the ends and blocked them. So now I need to trim the ends, wrap them up, and give them to her next time I see her. So those are done, and that's it for knitting. I wound some yarn, as I was saying earlier, for, my friend's birthday's coming up, and he asks for a pair of socks every year, so I think I've chosen the pattern. He's getting the dark green Miss Babs that I got at Stitches in the Fraser colorway. I realized I totally mispronounced that. I think it's an Outlander reference. I haven't quite gotten into the Outlander stuff yet. Not that I don't want to, it's just I can only handle so much at a time, and right now I have some other things going on, so I was like, you know what, I'll save that for, it's something to look forward to, right? But I think it's named after Jamie Fraser, who's the main character, who is gorgeous and Scottish and wears kilts, and so I think that's the green is for him. But it was a nice manly green, and so those are going to be on the needle soon. I also wound some yarn for a shawl for my mom, and I posted a picture of that yarn on Instagram yesterday because I got two colors. I got a variegated and kind of a solid blue. And I posted a picture and asked for pattern recommendations, and I got a whole bunch of people who liked the picture, so thank you for liking the picture. But I only got one response for a pattern. So thank you, Stephanie of Hot Pink Socks, for recommending Daybreak. That is on my list of possible things. I also was thinking about Foolproof, which is a infinity scarf / cowl. I mean, we would call it a cowl, but most people are like, cowl? What the hell are you talking about? So non-knitters, they just infinity scarf works. And so those are kind of my two. Cameo is also on my list. Where's some other ones? So I'm looking for a 2-color shawl or infinity scarf cowl that will work. I didn't bring the yarn out here, but that would be good for my mom's birthday because her birthday's the end of December. And I think I have like 740 yards between the two skeins. And so if you have any recommendations, let me know. The other thing is my connectivity gloves, and which I'm going to use the SilverSpun for. And I think I'm going to use, I have this random skein of Malabrigo. I mean, I have lots of random skeins of Malabrigo, but I have this really pretty blue one that I bought at Vogue Knitting last year. It's like this dark deep blue that I think I'm going to use as the hand part, and then the fingers are the SilverSpun so that you can use them on devices, which would be really nifty because I'm often on the train or in the car and I need to call someone or text someone or, you know, do something, and I have to take my gloves off and then my fingers are freezing, and so I'm like, oh, I just need to make them. It'd be really nice. Although it's really warm the last couple days, which has been nice because the week before that it was, I don't even want to know how cold. It was cold enough that I just didn't even look. I was like, all right, put on maximum layers and just go. Don't even pay attention to the fact that 10 degrees or whatever. So those are the 3 big things, and I think I have one other shawl. Oh, I'm going to do the Whispering Pines shawl, which is by Molly of a Homespun House, out of the yarn that I got from my swap, the really pretty blue and white. It kind of looked like snow to me, and it's got a little bit of sparkle in it, which looked, is not always my thing, but I like it. Reminded me of snow. It's like sparkling snow. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I've been looking for the perfect yarn to knit Whispering Pines with, and I think that's it. Because the other yarns I had just weren't working. Because it's written for sport or fingering, and I had this really gorgeous sport weight, but it's really dark. I was like, it's not really what I wanted for that shawl. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I think that's the only yarn I wound yesterday. Yeah. So those are my things that are coming up in the next batch. So you'll see those, probably a lot of them, next week. Yeah. I think that's it. I know this is going to be really short. I would have more normally, but I need to get ready for choir. I'm mostly ready. I've got my black on. We have to wear all black, which is nice, but it also means that I have acquired a lot of black, which isn't a bad thing. I have been this is Magrathea, by the way. God, I'm like jumping all over today. This is Magrathea that I knit earlier this year, and by Martina Bain. And I love the colors. They're so totally me, but I've had problems finding things to wear it with. I have an orange sweater that oddly looks really good with it, which is really random, but I don't wear that orange sweater very often. And it's a pastel orange. I don't look good in other oranges. Red hair and orange, just no. But it's like a pastel-y orange, and this looks really good against it. But I've noticed that, tuck my necklace in, it looks really good against this black, although I now blend in with my fireplace, but whatever. It looks really good against the black. I was like, sweet, I'm going to wear this. When I go on stage, obviously I have to take it off, but it's kind of nice to wear some sort of bright color with all that black so that I don't look like I'm going to a funeral. Yeah. All right, I am done babbling for now. I know I just talked to you guys on Wednesday, so that's why there isn't a ton. Happy Thanksgiving to people in the U.S. who are celebrating Thanksgiving, and if you're not, just have a good week. Enjoy some family time. That's really what Thanksgiving's all about. We're going over to our best friend's house, and because her and her husband we hang out with them all the time, and they're kind of our besties. And her parents are coming into town. Actually, I think her sister's coming too, and I love her family. So we're gonna go hang out with them for Thanksgiving. All right, I'm talking really fast because I need to get through this. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great week, and I will see you all next week. Bye!